Jacob here is asking, Jeff, what are the common difficulties and the solutions to them of using a worm farm system like your bathtub system? Anything you can provide to help a newbie avoid mistakes would be very useful. Currently, while my worms are eating the scraps I give them and thriving, they have almost entirely ignored the horse manure provided from the beginning. Any idea what this might mean, or what should I do about it? Well, your horse manure is their base food when they run out of their scrap food. So the worms actually moderate their population to the food supply. So they'll be increasing in number. As a new worm farmer, you won't realize they're doubling their numbers every 40 days. They get to a stage where they'll be eating all your scraps, and when they haven't got enough scraps, they'll be diving into the horse manure. And the horse manure, here's my dog, yes, hello. Here, the horse manure will be their reserve food. So they won't be going in there straight away. As their population gets large enough, they'll eat the worm, they'll eat the food scraps and then dive down and use the worm manure as their backup food. So you can guarantee they've always got something, even when you're short on scraps. Common problems is blocking. If the worm farm blocks and it saturates, you've got a problem, right? That's one of the biggest ones. Make sure that it's well drained. Make sure you've got a good filter that allows the moisture to go through. Another one is that you'll get rodents getting in here to get the scraps. And also you'll get black soldier fly larvae, which will produce a kind of oval looking maggot that's a bit bigger than a meat maggot and look a bit yucky. And they actually consume the organic matter faster than worms, but worms eat their manure. Now, if you don't want that to happen, you need to put a fly screen top on. The trouble is the rodents will eat through the fly screen. So you've probably got to put a wire and a fly screen together so the rodents can't get through the wire, and then the black soldier fly larvae can't get through the fly screen or shade cloth, which means you've got to make a wooden frame to go around it. So if you want it to be a respectable looking worm farm that doesn't have rodents and doesn't have black soldier fly larvae, and it looks a lot better as a system, do that and put a roof on it and control the amount of moisture you have entering the farm. So if you control the moisture, it won't block up so easily. You won't have overwatering or saturation problems. You won't have black soldier fly larvae looking a bit gross, and you won't have rodents won't be able to get to it. So all of that makes it more of an urban system. If you're on a farm, yeah, probably doesn't matter so much. Blocking does. Blocking does, because they'll kind of drown, they'll all come up to the top. You'll end up with a putrid system. Other one, don't allow anyone to bury the food scraps into the horse manure or the manure at the base, because they'll go anaerobic. If this system goes anaerobic, it goes putrid and it stinks. So that's what happens when it blocks. That's what happens if you bury the food scraps in the manure. Make sure that the food scraps are on the top. Make sure it doesn't block. Remove the rodent scenario with a wire mesh frame, and remove the black soldier fly larvae issues with a fly screen or a shade cloth below the wire. So, and as long as you keep feeding them, they'll keep producing. They'll keep increasing in number until they get to the right amount to handle your supply line. And when they're a bit short, they'll always keep going into the manure. And over about once you get the maximum population, about 3 to 4 months, you'll have a bath full of worm castings. The manure will be converted, and there won't hardly be any food scraps left at all.